Hey everybody, welcome back to yet another karate video. Today we're going to find out how pool noodles are going to be your best friend for training with an opponent this week. But first, let's bow in and start our warm-ups. Ready? Attention. Bow. And let's warm up with some shadow boxing. Sky's the limit on what you want to put together. Let's just work on combos. So we're going to be meaning 2 techniques, 3 techniques, 4 or 5 techniques, but string them together, find what works, find what's not working. We're looking for good distribution of weight and balance and good application of power as we find our way through those combos. So let's get started. About 1 minute. Hands are up. Ready? And go. About 10 seconds. Keep it going. Good. Stop it there. All right. So let's start just getting the rest of our body into the whole thing. Then we'll get into today's lesson. Circle your head. Another way. Arms. Backwards. Cross them. Up and down. Twist your body side to side. Circle the hips. Other way. All right, leg circles outward and inward. Switch it. And pause there. All right. So we're going to be working on some of the evasion movement with our fighting skills this week. We're going to start off working on slipping a punch. So linear punches coming in, and I'm going to be moving to one side or to the other. All right, we're going to get to which side in just a moment because we'll have our opponents that we're working with. But for right now, we're just going to work on the movement. We'll tell you where it applies in just a little bit. So let's get ourselves set into fighting stance. Hands are up. Good. And first slip, I'm going to be moving to my left side. So I'm going to shift my weight. So I'm centering my weight up over that left foot just a little bit here. And I'm moving my head off to the side to that left. And I'm going to be bringing the weight forward just a little bit. So my body's coming forward and to the side, getting off that line of attack. Okay, let's work a few of those. Hands up. And 1, slip it off. Don't take a step. Just shift your weight. 2, shift it and back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now, you don't need to switch your feet for this one. In fact, pick whatever side you're most confident with and stay there the whole time. We're going to be slipping to our other side now. This will be my right side. So I am slipping off to my right. And I can't lean forward nearly as much because I don't have a lead foot to be centering my weight over. So I've got to lean it to the side and make sure that my rear foot is catching that weight, and then angle my head back to my right side here. Okay, so I'm bending, shifting my weight, leaning just a little bit. Again, I want to keep that weight up and down, centered more or less over that right foot, but not so much that I'm balanced. See how much I could shift my weight all the way back just to balance over that foot, but I want to shift it that direction. Because if I shift it too far, I can't step and move in that direction. If I'm shifted all the way back here, I've got to bring my weight down off of it, then I can step. So we don't want to commit our weight all the way to being balanced on that foot, just enough so that we're pushing it that side, but we can still move. All right, so moving to the other side now. Ready? And 1, off into the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right, so that's a basic slip. All right, we're taking an incoming linear attack, so a jab punch or a cross, and we are slipping. We're going to be moving to the outside of that punch. And if you're not familiar with what that means, we're going to grab the pool noodle so that you can see with this drill right here. So we're going to take about a minute, and you're going to have 2 phases to this drill. I'm going to have Aylin come up with me for the first phase, and she's going to be demonstrating that slip like we just did. And if I can have Caden just kind of step off to the side here. So I've got a pool noodle, 1 in each hand. They're different colors. If you only have 1, then just decide which side you're going to work towards, or let the opponent decide which side they're going to be pushing you at. Okay. With 1 though, you can decide, I'm going to move one side, I'm going to move to the other side. You could just switch it up one way then the other. Whatever you want to do with that. But I've got 2, so Aylin's going to be able to see my right hand moving or my left hand moving. And the benefit of the pool noodles is it's not my fist, so if I accidentally hit her, it doesn't hurt. Okay? And she's got a big old grin on her face, so this is kind of a fun thing to do. So as I slip, or as I punch, my linear punch, she moves to the outside. So when you see me coming in with the purple one, follow along and slip out to the outside on that purple side. And if you see the blue one coming in, you'll slip off to the blue side. We're going to start off with some just purple. We'll do some that are blue, and then we'll mix it up here. So we're going to go for about a minute and be switching back and forth, and I'll tell you when it's going to be unpredictable. All right, starting off with the purple one, about 1 minute here. Ready? If she doesn't move, I get her right on the nose. Oh, if she anticipates too much, then I just pause and still get her on the nose. Now we're going to move to the blue one. So she'll be moving to the blue side. All right, now we're going to shift off and we're going to work purple or blue. So when you see purple one coming, you're moving to the purple side. When you see the blue one coming, you're moving to the blue side. So if you're following along at home, don't have a partner, use our example here. Ready? Move the wrong side. All right, you got out of the way, but watch out because you want to be off to the closed side because it leaves their open side ready to hit you if you don't. Yeah, see, I was in a rhythm and you were just going one side, other side. All right, good. Okay, so now we're going to add a little bit of something into that. I'm going to have Caden jump in here. Follow along with this as well. And again, purple side, blue side, you're going to be slipping to one side or the other. In this case, though, I'm going to have Caden go ahead and counterattack. So he's slipping just by shifting weight and leaning his head and tilting just a little bit. But then he's going to find that weight and he's going to drive back in for that counterattack. Now we're starting off at some pretty long range because I'm extending my reach out with these pool noodles. So that gives Caden the opportunity to really drive in, really fire off that punch, and still be out of range to actually hit me at my body. But he's got that body sense so that when he's doing this at the end of a boxing glove, he can drive in and hit the opponent. Okay, ready? Hands up. So go to purple side first. Yep. He likes to play it dangerously close to the edge. Now let's move to the blue side. Okay, you're striking in with that inside hand there. As you do that, make sure you get a little bit of more movement down the center so that you're not coming right into their arm that's going to defend. And reset back to your original spot. Okay, mind your distance. Okay, this is punching distance. All right, so this is one of our shortest melee distances. If I get any closer, I can put hands on, and now we're in a grappling or a clinching distance. So I want to stay outside of that distance as best as possible. But now for the drill, we're in punching distance. Okay, if you get in too close where you're actually in grappling distance, it makes it real hard to defend those punches. So let's go purple blue. No telling which one's coming, and let's see how well you do. Remember, if I strike out purple, move purple side. If I strike out blue, use blue side, and then just come back online for that follow-up counterattack. Ready? Don't turn your head. Gotta be able to see your opponent. Not reeling on these ones. No reel back. Don't turn your head. Hands up. Don't turn that head. Good. All right, relax. Hopefully you're having as much fun at home as we are right now with these pool noodles. I guarantee you either these pool noodles or something else are going to get used a little bit later today in the swimming pool, and we'll have even more fun. I wish you could join us for that. But for right now, we'll move on to the next drill, and that's where we're going to be ducking. Okay? So in this case, I say duck, and most of the time if we're ducking, somebody throwing a dodgeball or whatever might be going on, I duck by leaning my head forward, and it doesn't expose me to any real risk, because whatever it is a one-time thing whizzing by my head, and I'm ducking forward. In this case, however, we are ducking a punch, and there may be a kick coming after that, or a follow-up punch, or a knee. Something's coming in after, so we need to be able to keep our eyes on our opponent. So here's what we're going to do. We're assuming now a circular technique, a hook, back fist, a ridge hand, a knife hand, something coming from the outside to the inside, or from the inside to the outside that we have to duck under. Ideally, we always want to duck under the incoming attack and move in the direction that it's coming from. So if it's coming from my right, I want to duck and move towards the right, move towards that side. If it's coming from my left, I want to duck and move to that side. Now, the trick is, if it's coming from across, coming from the inside, and we move in that direction, we're popping right up into their open side, where they likely have a follow-up strike ready to fire. So we've got to be careful with that, and we'll see what we're going to do about that in just a second. Okay, so here's how we're going to duck. I'm going to bend my knees a little bit, okay, and as I do that, I'm going to put a good curve in my back, kind of doing like a crunch. I'm bringing my shoulders down, bringing my body forward, and I keep my head up. I stick my butt back just a little bit as I do this, and then I turn my body and angle it over. Again, same kind of weight distribution, and then I pop up, and then I return back to my fighting posture. Okay, let's do that again, all together. All right, crunching the body down, bending, keep my eyes on my opponent, shifting my weight, and coming up. All right, so the attack is coming from this side. I'm going to duck, and I'm going to move around under and come back up. All right, if I'm moving in the direction of the punch and meeting it, coming under it, then I'm going to clear that punch a lot faster, and I'm going to give them a lot less time to react, because if I just duck, they might be able to turn that punch downward and still hit me. So let's do some of those ducks, and then we'll work the duck moving to the other side. Okay, ready? Here we go. 1, crunch it, move it, up and back. 2, 3, 4. Remember, weight's always going towards the front foot when we're moving towards that outside leg here, that lead leg. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now, we're going to duck going to the other side, and just like the duck was working, or the slip was working when we were moving towards that rear leg, we're going to have to mind that weight distribution here as well. So I'm going to still crunch it, keeping my eyes on my opponent, and I'm still going to shift my weight, the weight shifting backwards just a little bit, bring the head up, and come back on line for my neutral fighting position here. So again, all together, crunch it down, bending, keep your eyes on the opponent, circle out, up, but never committing your weight entirely over that leg. Let's do some on that side. Here we go. 1, duck and circle it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right. So let's make a drill out of that one. So So I'm going to keep the purple one in my right hand and the blue one in my left hand. Aylin's going to get set up in our fighting posture, hands up. And now, as I reach out, instead of reaching out straight for a linear punch like a jab or a cross, I'm going to sweep it across. I'm still going to be striking almost straight out, but slightly at an angle. I'm coming across and back. So I've got a very shallow arc here. Note, I am not bringing it back here and swinging it 180 degrees, 270 degree arc all the way through. That is called telegraphing, and we want to avoid it. So I'm bringing it forward and cross, a really good tight circle and a very shallow arc here, okay? Just like that. So Aylin sees the purple one. She's going to duck and move forward towards that lead foot as she comes under. Let's do that. Keep those hands up. Ah, I got your head.
Very tippy, huh?
Good. Now the blue one's going to be coming. It's going to do the same thing. It's going to reach out and it's going to sweep across. Okay. Very small arc coming across here. Not reaching back and coming way across, which gives her plenty of time to see it and react. All right. So good and tight. She's going to scrunch her body and come under it as it's sweeping across. Okay. Let's keep it going. Try not to lean your weight forward and then come back. Take it straight down and move towards the outside. So straight down and out. There you go. Don't start leaning. Go straight down and then move. There it is. There you go. Keep it like that. Good. One more. All right. Now let's switch it up. If you're following along, we're going to be, no, not yet. We're going to be moving either purple or blue. Remember, your motion is going straight down first, then you move towards the purple or towards the blue. Okay? That's how you're ducking in under. Ready? I got her. Oh, it wouldn't have taken much. You were going in that same direction. And then, just for fun. Okay, so now let's talk about adding a counterattack to that one as well. The counterattack will work about the same way, and if you're fairly astute, you'll probably notice, hey, why aren't you taking advantage of this thing or that? Well, catch us in the next video, because we're going to talk about actually moving and firing the attack at the same time. Those of you who remember the initiative conversation we had a few weeks back, we're going to talk about that as well, and how we can fire our attack in the middle of their attack as we do this. Okay, but for right now, let's slide back just a little bit. Again, you're moving purple side and then counterattack, or moving blue side and counterattack. Okay, so let's start off moving purple side. Hayden's problem is he's just a little taller, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely the problem. So
His head's just a little too high.
Yes.
Good thing you had a haircut. All right, reset back to your original spot.
So it's getting faster.
Well, it's going to appear faster because you're creeping forward. You're moving from punching range into grappling range. Once you do that, you're closing that distance, their attacks are more likely to hit because you just have less time to react. All right, so coming from the blue side now. So you're always resetting back. Get that duck going. Alright, slip those glasses back on. Again, you were creeping forward, creeping forward, creeping forward. You ended up too close. Alright, now, purple or blue. Again, remember, move purple, move blue. That's the side you're moving on, so that's your visual cue here. Okay, keep that in mind because the next time you see this might be in class and it might just be an opponent who's just got the same color gloves on each hand. So start thinking left and right as well. All right, so one side or the other, no predictability. All right, let's throw a little wild card action in here. Don't go too far back. All right. Yeah, so this is that wild card. This is where's that duck going? Because we're used to, oh, that's the side. I've got a duck, but we got to watch out because there's that open side coming in. All right. So what can we do? Well, this is where deflection comes into play. And so if I'm coming across here, as he comes into that counterattack, he's anticipating this hand coming in for some kind of an attack, so he's going to anticipate that and he's going to deflect it. Okay. Same thing if I come the other side blue, he knows I'm going to come in with that open side. That's going to be the follow-up. He's got to duck, otherwise he's going to get hit. So he's anticipating the follow-up attack as he moves in, closes on the weapon to get inside of its threat range. So he's blocking that right down where my hand is. So that's a lot of distance he's covering and taking away from that attack. All right, let's come back center. All right, so that's the training portion of the video today. We're going to go ahead and finish it out with stretches, but that will be just the first half of your workout. From here, we're going to want you to go practice your kata and your fighting sets, and you can definitely find those online. Check out the website, check out the YouTube channel for those. All right, let's do our stretches. Okay, so I'm going to turn just a little bit here. Feet underneath your shoulders, hang it down. Back up, feet out, just slightly outside of shoulder width apart, and hang it down center. And take your hands to one side, keep it low, and pull. And other side, keep it low and pull. And bring it back middle and come back up. All right, step your feet out even wider, bend your knees, Squat it way down, get the elbows inside, sumo stretch, pushing those knees outward. Now rock those legs from one side to the other. And bend the right leg, bring it all the way down. And other side. Straighten it back up and extend those legs out as wide as they'll go. And have a seat. Legs out wide. Reach it, one side. Reach, other side. Reach out middle. Good. Pull your feet in. And knees down towards the mat. Grab your toes. Pull your nose down towards your toes. And relax. Come on back up. All right. Be looking for messages coming in. As you can see, the new shirts have arrived. They just got in today, i.e. the day that we filmed the video. The personalized ones with the share a choke with Aylin from the Jiu-Jitsu program. The ranked Jiu-Jitsu yellow for the shirt here. And then the new logo shirt. Those are in. Be looking for those messages to come in so we can get those shirts out to you. And as always, make sure you're going and checking out those videos to practice your kata and your fighting sets at home. Come to ready, attention, bow.
Bye-bye.